It's been a while since Stranger Things last graced Netflix's servers with a new season. In fact, it was over a year and precisely one novel coronavirus global pandemic ago. Thankfully, the streamer decided to remind us that Season 4 of one of its biggest hits is still in the works. Netflix unveiled a new teaser for Stranger Things Season 4 on Thursday, and in fittingly strange fashion, it looks to the franchise's past rather than to its future. Give it a look below to see what we mean. What we appear to be seeing here is a typical day at the now-destroyed secret CIA laboratory in Hawkins, Indiana that housed 11, Millie Bobby Brown, for most of her life. Things aren't too bleak as the test subjects at least have access to chess, magic 8 balls, and a Plinko-like game. Still, there's not a lot of warmth in that very clinical environment. The teaser introduces us to around a half dozen of 11's supernaturally powered young peers, and it also reintroduces a major Stranger Things character from Season 1, the mysterious Dr. Brenner, Matthew Modine, who Elle only disturbingly knew as Papa. Dr. Brenner walks into this bizarre playroom and says, "Good morning, children. How are you today?" "Good, I'm glad to hear it because today I have something very special planned for you." 11, are you listening? While this teaser is seemingly short on new plot details for the 4th season, which is still without a confirmed release date, it is rich in atmospheric tension. It also suggests that Stranger Things may be finally returning to a plot that we thought was long abandoned. Much of Stranger Things' mystery and intrigue in its first 2 seasons surrounded 11's identity and the cruel CIA experiments inflicted upon her. This was undoubtedly interesting stuff, but it just happened to culminate in what is widely viewed as the worst episode of the show's entire run. Season 2 Episode 7, Chapter 7, The Lost Sister, was almost like a bonus episode for the show's 2nd season, bumping up the episode order to 9 rather than the usual 8. Based on the events of that episode, however, Stranger Things would have been better served with 8 after all. The Lost Sister was the first and thus far only episode that introduced another character who was the product of the CIA's Hawkins experiments. After meeting her mum in the previous episode, 11 travels to Chicago to find Carly, her sister, who has the ability to project herself into people's minds. That's an interesting enough setup for the continuation of 11's backstory, but what sounded cool on the page absolutely did not translate to the screen. Carly was a part of a ridiculous leather-clad Chicago street gang. They were like if Oliver Twist was part of the Lost Boys universe. Ultimately, 11 decided that one episode spent with her sister was more than enough, and she immediately got back to Indiana to help her friends defeat the Mind Flayer.